Terrafirmagreg Part 5. Yay!
Day 51. Here we are.
Welcome to Terrafirmagreg
Yes, day
Part 5.
51.
Welcome back if you watched the other ones. Thanks for watching them. Last time, I finished the blast furnace and began working on black
I'm
steel.
sick right now, but that's okay.
First step into steam automation. This episode, I will take my first step into machine automation with the high pressure steam boiler. If you enjoyed, like video. Anyway. Day 51 is where we start. Begin the second half of this series by pseudo-automating pouring out ingots from the crucible with a chute and a crafting table with an ingot cast inside of it. Simply put the chute underneath the ingot cast, and when it turns solid, it will automatically export out. I also began making more steel production for black steel, an important step in the steam boiler. Day 52, I make some simple bronze to facilitate making the steam bloomery. For automated wrought iron production, simply put in the iron and some fuel, and it outputs the wrought iron blooms. I also weld my first black steel ingots while pouring some of the bronze. I need more wrought iron plates for the high pressure steam machine frames, so I make 15 of them to ensure that I can make at least 3 machine frames, or chassis, or whatever you want to call them. Most of the machines just require steel, black steel, and some other miscellaneous here in what's a who's a what's a not, so it's flavor text. Really. During this crafting session, I also make the rods and plates for the steam bloomery. It takes a lot of bronze. 3 fireboxes, the core bloomery block, a steam input, an input hatch, an output hatch, and like 10 bricks or whatever, which are easy enough, and it can just be used as regular stone. Super simple stuff. Day 54, the black steel is finished, so I can make the black steel anvil. And replace I can make the black steel anvil and replace the steel anvil underneath the health hammer, which speeds it up. By the way, if anyone can explain what happened to the steel anvil, please let me know. I have watched this back frame by frame several times and cannot explain what happened to it. I swear it just vanished. I went looking for it later and I just can't find it. I literally stopped the recording and went back to look what happened to it and I still could not find it. It's just gone. I don't know where it went. It just didn't drop or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I spend the rest of the day making the required items for the steam boiler. The production continues on day 55, but I realize that I need an additional crucible for the solid steam boiler. Second side note, the solid steam boiler kinda sucks compared to the liquid steam boiler, which uses creosote oil instead of coal. It produces double the amount of steam and works for just as long. Yay me. Next episode I will be doing that because I've already finished recording and I didn't realize how much better the liquid steam boiler was. Yay me. Anyway, I go back to the Beneath to get some more kaolin. It's super easy. I get what I need to make the crucible. Minor mishap with some kaolin glazes. I'm not going to mention that. It's okay. And all that's left to do is hook the steam boiler up to a couple of machines and some water. Automate some water going into it. And then finally, I will have some true automation. The steam age. Boom. On to circuits. Wonderful. The first machine that I want to have connected to the steam boiler is the forge hammer, which is like a better version of the helve hammer. It works blooms, high carbon steels, and makes plates. It also works plates better than I can make by hand. Instead of a 2-to-1 ratio, how I would get by hand, welding 2 ingots together and then hitting it into a single plate, I now get a 3-to-2 ratio. Meaning that I use 3 ingots and get 2 plates instead of just the 1. I have been making a lot of wrought iron plates, so I have everything I need to make it already. It goes down, it's pretty quick, and oh boy is it helpful. I absolutely love this thing, and it'll be extremely useful for making the copper pipes I need to move the water from the water source that I have. Next step, coincidentally, as I just said, will be to automate the water going into the steam boiler. I make a mechanical pipe using some copper pipes from Create, some beeswax, and some screws, a little bit of steel. It's pretty easy. Takes a mechanical input from a gear, and then it moves the water up into whatever pipe I connect it to. It's a pump. It does what it says. It's so it's gonna be there. Anyway, I pour all the copper out. It'll take a lot of time. I don't get it done until the end of the episode, but you don't need to know that for now. I do need to work it into plates, which the forge hammer will be pretty helpful with, if you ask me. But while I'm waiting on it, I continue pouring it while I'm working on the alloy smelter. The alloy smelter, similar to the forge hammer, welds ingots together. Also, like the forge hammer, it enables higher yield on alloying, where I would typically get 1 ingot when alloying 2 ingots together. I'll now get 2 ingots instead of the singular. It'll also make making glass tubes for the future way easier. Like, put some glass dust in, and then just do the thing. It's super easy. Day 58. I decide it's finally time to set up the steam bloomery. I have all the materials I needed, minus a little bit of steel, which I was making. And I set it up next to the other machines, leaving some room for more, if necessary, because it will be necessary. But as I said earlier, the steam bloomery is great. I can put any kind of coal in there, charcoal, what you name it, and any kind of iron-bearing ore, or even plates or anything, and it'll turn the iron into blooms automatically. Just put it in and take it out. And it has I think it has a max of 8 crafts at a single time, so you can make 8 blooms at a time. Or sorry, not 8 blooms. You can make 8 batches at a single time. However, the solid steam engine does not produce enough steam to power it. So, for the next 30 minutes of the recording, I did not realize it, and just let it run and consume steam, and it just did not produce anything. It just consumed the steam. Good thing, though, I set it at the end of my tin alloy pipes, because any other pipes would break because it's steam. Too hot. So, any other machine that I had running at the time got priority. Coincidentally. I did not do that intentionally. But I digress. Yay! I can make iron powder and turn it straight into ingots without having to lifting a finger. I can just take the wrought iron blooms out and put them directly into the forge hammer. And it turns it into ingots. Let's go! The last machine of this video, since we're running out of time, is one that I wanted to make as a sort of secondary machine. It's not really too important since I have the millstone, but it is the steam macerator to turn ore into dust much quicker than the millstone. Once again, it only takes wrought iron, steel. I don't even think it takes a black steel rod or anything. It's literally 2 diamonds, a steel plate, and some miscellaneous crafts. And it gets made, and I put it down, and I put some iron ore in there, and it turns it into crushed iron ore, and then turns the crushed iron ore into dust. Super easy, super quick. The copper, however, is almost done. The pipeline from the the pump is almost done. However, day 60 doesn't go as well as I hoped it would. I set up a windmill.
Come on, seriously?
But it doesn't have enough speed rotation. It doesn't have enough rotation speed to move the water far enough to the steam engine. So I reconfigure the ratio to be a 1 to 16. 1 turn of the windmill is 16 turns of the extra gear. And it still doesn't have enough power. What is this bullshit? I made all those copper pipes for nothing. I can't make another gear because it's stupid and the wrought iron won't be made. And I went and checked my other world because I was stumped for a bit. Which is a little more developed. It got to the circuit age. And apparently I can make wooden pipes, which I searched up and then didn't find because I'm silly. But I can connect the wooden pipes from I can connect the wooden pipes to the copper pipes in a similar aspect ratio. In a similar manner to how I would just regular pipes, and then all I have to do is tell the pipes push the water that way, and it works. So I made at least like 6 copper pipes for nothing, which is annoying to say the least. But that will have to be for next episode. Join me next time where I make circuits and other electrical machines and finally get the better of everything else in the world.
Fine.
Okay. And start automating more. I love automating more. But if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, the whole shebang. I'm always looking for tips to improve my videos. If you have a comment, anything helps. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Steam power.